Greetings, my movie ghouls. Welcome back to our Halloween countdown, 31 Days of Horror. We've watched every Nightmare on Elm Street movie since we started this Halloween countdowns 6 years ago. From the first to today's installment, Freddy's Dead, the final nightmare.
What's with kids today, huh?
Freddy's Dead, the final nightmare.
The Final Nightmare is directed by Richard Talley, who went on to direct some great episodes of Supernatural and Doctor Who. And I'd have to say, for me, it's a film that I really quite enjoyed. But let's look back. When Freddy came to be, he was a frightening face in horror, both in films and his actual face. A horrifically scarred child molesting serial killer who could traverse a child's dreams, who could inflict pain and death, is something of nightmares, quite literally. He was edgy, distinct and quite imaginative with his kills. He was the boogeyman of the 80s, but as with a lot of slasher genre, we saw that oversaturation and a lean to the comedic tongue in cheek made Freddy a little bit of a joke. Bitch. And I've said in my other reviews that I love these films. They are what they are. They're fun slashers, and they try to put the most imaginative kills on screen for the audience. And each film does that, it succeeds. You've got the fly trap, having the glove come out of someone's stomach and pulling you down into the bed. There's injections of multiple syringe needles. And then having Freddy kill you using and becoming a TV. The list of imaginative kills goes on. They are gruesome and they are great. And then there's Freddy's Dead, which gives us a toned down version of Freddy, in my opinion, bringing us back the child molesting serial killer who makes some jokes, but not as many as previous installments, or at least not as funny. Most of the films gave Freddy an end, but with ticket sales and the return of the low-budget movies, Freddy kept coming back. And naturally, it was time for Freddy to die. New Line Cinema released Freddy's Dead in 1991 to end the 6-long series of nightmares. It was to see the end of the slasher genre that dominated the 80s. Robert Englund would be quitting the sadistic wisecracks and hanging up the fedora and razor glove one last time. That hurt. The slasher genre would go into hibernation until their glossy reintroduction in the late 90s. Now, I really enjoyed this film, but I can see why it received so many low reviews. It tries too hard to add more facets to Freddy's backstory and give a reason for his story to end. But as I mentioned earlier, the kills from previous films were far better than this, with this resorting to silly gimmicks, including Freddy Vision, that was probably entertaining at the time, but has the usual feel of someone throwing things at the camera. I could probably figure that out somehow. It did feel like Freddy was a cartoon character, especially when he's creeping around deaf character Carlos. It's almost like he's Bugs Bunny. Overall, I did enjoy Freddy's Dead. It gave us an ending and an updated origin story for the character, having his daughter being the one who ends up killing him. Despite enjoying it, it just felt like there was a tonal difference and disparity between this and what made the first film scary. Even bringing back Johnny Depp for a slight cameo, who got his screen debut in the first film, was a little on the nose. It was like, let's throw everything at the camera. Just like Freddy Vision.
All right, once again, this is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Questions?
Yeah! What are you on? Looks like a frying pan and some eggs to me.
And again, I didn't see it in Freddy Vision, but I do reckon I would like to seek it out just to see what it's all about, see how different it would be. Even though you could see which parts were supposed to be in 3D, I would like to see. It's not the best Nightmare on Elm Street film. It could probably be seen as the weakest Elm Street, but I had fun with it, and I'm going to give it a good 3 pumpkins out of 5. It's not great, but it's good enough. And as with my Halloween reviews, this is the last one I haven't seen. So next year, we'll be watching New Nightmare, which I love. What did you think of Freddy's Dead? Do you enjoy it? Or does it miss the mark by a high amount? Thank you for watching, and please like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified every day we release a video in October. And remember, kids, sleep tight.
Because they promised me that. They, the dream people, the ones that gave me this job. Dreams, I am forever. Too bad you're not.